What is up, my Fin fam? It's your boy Catndahat. And we back from practice today. First day the fans can go out and check out the practice and support the team. And I gotta say, there was a lot of people out there today, and I appreciate all of those that came out there and showed love to this new Miami Dolphins team that we got, because y'all don't realize how important we are to them as well as them being important to us. Why? Because it gives them motivation, right? It gives them motivation coming out there and seeing a full stands at a training camp everywhere. Hundreds of people were out there today, so shout out to all of y'all putting up with that South Florida heat to go support our new Dolphin family. All these new players out there putting in that work for us. So the fact that we had a bunch of us out there today showing love and putting in that work and supporting them, that's good, man. That gives them more motivation to keep doing what they're doing. And it seems like my stream showed up as a soccer stream yet again. Why is that? A soccer stream. Why did it show up as a soccer stream? Anyways, but it was fun. We got some notes, we got some photos, we got a few videos, we got a whole lot of takeaways from what went down today. I got a few things that I liked, a few things I didn't like. Not a whole lot of things that I didn't like, honestly, but a whole lot to talk about. But before we actually get into the training camp, Jeff Hafley had a pretty good presser this morning that answers a whole lot of questions. And I've been trying to tell y'all, Jeff Hafley has been telling us what's going to happen. He's been telling us, and at first it was just talk, right? Because there was nothing that could back it up. Well, now we're getting to see signs of him standing on business. There's signs of it. We've seen it. I was talking about it yesterday. Go back and check out the show from yesterday. You'll see all kinds of signs that I was pointing out. But we're going to run through his presser real quick, and I'm going to point out a few things. I'm going to point out a few things that are really important when we're thinking about the Dolphins for the 2026 season.
Oh, you put it on Do Not Disturb? Why whispering?
Yeah.
You know what my mom asked me? Because my mom's in town. You know what she asked me yesterday, which is a really good question? Because she watches my press conferences, which I tell her she shouldn't. She said, I can never hear the questions. How about that? I said, what do you mean? She goes, I can only hear your answers. I don't know what they're asking you. I said, well, they ask really good questions, so...
But that's valid, right?
Oh, gosh, we got a phone going off already.
That's a valid, right? We always have a problem hearing the questions.
Maybe I should repeat every question that everybody asks.
I wanted to go back to Friday, the end of practice. What was the teaching lesson for Caden Proctor?
Oh, which one?
The final play of Friday. What was the teaching lesson for Caden Proctor?
What happened on the play to teach for Proctor?
All right, so to bring some context into this, we have to jump over to yesterday with Caden Proctor's presser. I'm gonna play that for you, and what he has to say.
All I've been saying is these guys, they don't play around. They fast. You know, they're physical, but it's really about the mental part. You know, it's not way faster than college or anything like that. It's not like too overwhelming. But what these guys are doing with their technique, especially like Sealer, who's been doing this for a long time, I mean, it's good for me to go against him because I'm learning a lot. How to keep my head out in pass pro and not give him my arm because he's really good at grabbing the arm and pulling himself through. So that's what I've seen. All I've been saying is these guys, they don't play around. They fast. You know, they're physical, but it's really about the mental part. You know, it's not way.
Right, so you hear him talking about how Zach Sealer was able to beat him on a play, able to pull his arm and use that technique. But it was good hearing him talking about how he saw that and was able to learn from it. Now let's fast forward to this morning, and Jeff Hafley was talked about that or asked about that same play.
Got by him.
Oh, we ran a game. It was, I'd like to say, it was a well-designed defensive play. I believe it was.
Oh,
yeah, it was third down. I made it the final play of the competition. Now you got me again. See, you can't just throw that out there. I mean, you know how much I don't even remember all the stuff that happened yesterday, and you're asking me about one play on. No, I actually remember the play now. So we put the ball down, third down, and we made a call defensively where we knew where the man side was going to be, and I told Zach once he figured that out to call a certain game, and he did. And it was a very veteran move on a game, and Brock's just got to see it and come off faster. And that is a big – your question is actually a really good question now that I'm kind of thinking about it. It's a good learning lesson that in those situations he's just got to recognize the game and come off it quicker. But it was a very well-executed game by Zach. I mean, it was a beautiful thing.
How is Jacob Rodriguez doing in terms of getting his hands on the ball, forcing turnovers since his arrival?
So to me, from what I got from that, I have to move my drink to a different spot. So for me, from what I got from that is that he basically set it up for Zach Sealer to have the upper hand, the advantage on Caden Proctor, and he wanted Caden Proctor to be able to learn from it. And by listening to Caden Proctor, right, it seems like Jeff Hafley accomplished that. All right, so this is the type of coaching that we have. We have the coaching that is not scared to put people in uncomfortable positions in order to teach them, train them, make them better versions of themselves. And this is why we're in good hands, and they're leading us to a dynasty. These are the things that Jeff Hafley has been telling us. Let's hear what he says about Jacob Rodriguez. J-Rod.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, he's violent, right? He's got a really good knack for getting the ball out. A lot of guys throw punches and miss and hit ribs and hit the back and hit shoulder pads, and they're trying to get the ball out. He's got a really good feel, and he's got really good timing and very instinctual. I mean, Achan, there was one, I think, a couple practices ago where Achan was actually had two hands on the ball, and Jacob came in, and I mean, it was a violent punch, and the ball came out. I think Achan even kind of smacked him on the back, and it was like, that was a heck of a punch. Now Achan's got to hold on to the ball, but I don't know who would have been able to hold on the ball in that. But you can see even running sideline to sideline, he's constantly taking swings at it, and they're very deliberate. And then I just think he's got really good width and range, and in zone coverage, he's got the ability to get up and get his hands on the football. That's what you're probably seeing, but he's done a nice job so far.
Sticking with the rookies, what have you seen from Catndahat in the first few practices?
Been impressed.
So with that being said, that's one of the things that is getting emphasized in practices. He goes a little bit deeper into that further down the line, but turnovers. And I've been telling y'all, and some people out there called me crazy when I said the Miami Dolphins are going to lead the league in takeaways this year. Not only lead the league in takeaways, but points off of turnovers. And they had drills before practice today where they were emphasizing takeaways. You'll hear Halfley talking about it here shortly. But he says that he's implemented and he's got specific timing where they have to spend trying to cause turnovers.
I think he's still got work to do and within the scheme, but we've moved him around. He's made some contested catches, which I think is very impressive with guys right there. And I think that's probably the number one thing that I wanted to see from him. When there was people around him and when the catches were hard, could he make them? Because he does have good size and he has a good catch radius. And it's a compliment to him in the first three that he's been able to make some of those plays. He's got a ways to go for what we expect of him, but I'm pleased with the way how he's approached stuff right now.
Jeff, you guys have fans here for the first time today. How much are you looking forward to coaching in front of them?
This is what I was telling you about too, man. Us fans being out there. Shout out to all the fans that were out there today. It means a lot to the players.
Hard Rock Stadium. Did you allow yourself to think about being center stage?
Imagine coming out to practice and it being
no,
an
I didn't
empty,
really think about myself
empty
being center
field
stage,
out
to be
there.
honest
No
with you.
fans in the stands. That would suck.
I'm not going to use any cliches, but it's really never been about me. I'm not the one playing. Those guys should be center stage, not me. As far as practicing with the front of the fans today, I think it's great for our players. I think it's good to get them in an environment where people are watching and it changes the scenery a little bit. It brings some excitement and some juice, and maybe some of them will get a little bit anxious. And, I think that's good for the young players, and I think it's good for the city to get people out and open as many practices as we can to let people see us play and the energy and how hard these guys are working and everything that it takes and all the effort and the time that they put into getting ready to go into Hard Rock and play a game. I always get really excited when you see a lot of young kids out there. I think that's a really cool deal to see these kids who probably think it's the coolest thing in the world to get close to these players. That's like the most exciting thing for me. And, maybe help change a kid and get them working harder and doing things maybe that they can be here one day doing these type of things. So those are the cool things to me, but I'm excited for the fans. Once, whether I put a headset on or once I start coaching, that kind of all disappears. It's just kind of have a job to do out there and focus on getting the team better today.
Alter anything about practice with fans there? Like,
And he did exactly that. I took some photos of him walking around, checking out all of the different position groups, and not just the players too. Like I watched him like eyeballing coaches and checking out things, and I saw him writing on his pad and taking notes. I don't know if he was like taking notes or if he was changing plays or whatever, but he was very involved in every aspect, in every position group all around the field. Love the intentionality with this guy. Let's keep going.
Had the rookies hype up the fans at the beginning like that's been done in the past, or do you keep it the same?
Hopefully we hype them up by the way the guys make the plays. I mean, I'm guys
great.
Want to hype up the rookies in their way they can. I'm focused on how to get better in practice today and hopefully score some touchdowns and get them excited, and hopefully make some big plays on defense and get them excited. But no, I haven't really thought about that. But if certain players want to go out and get them all hyped up, then that's great.
Coach, what is about Zeke Bigger's skill set that allows him to play inside and outside, and how much is it situation specific?
He's got really good size, and he's athletic for his size, and he has the ability to line up inside because of that. But then he's got the athleticism and the strength that we like, especially on rundowns to set the edge. And it will be specific based on down distance personnel, what packages we want to use, whether we want to get in the different looks, odd, even. But I like where he's at, and it's 3 days, so we'll see we'll see how much we need to do that.
Going back to Isaiah's question, is that commonplace where you're willing to give guys autonomy in practice to make calls and change things on their own within the play that they see?
Not too much, especially right now, no.
So he was talking about with Zach Sealer and how earlier he had mentioned how he had given Zach Sealer like the go ahead to change the play call. if he needed to. So that's something I'm gonna keep an eye out on. Like, is he gonna be using Zach Sealer? Is he gonna be the guy? We'll see.
But that was an example of, I know Zach and I know how Zach's mind works, and I made the call in and I tagged something, and then I yelled out to Zach that if he gets a feel for something, he can switch the game. And he kind of smirked at me and he switched it, and I knew he would, and I had a pretty good feeling it would work. So I think that's a coach trusting a player who's done it for a long time, and
trusting the process, not just the
competitive
player.
nature
Trusting
of
the
practice
process,
in that
coach.
point. I wanted to make sure that the defense won that down, and they did. But I can't do that all the time because I want the offense to win downs too. That's been a big deal for me. When the defense gets an interception, you'll see me not celebrate. I go up to the quarterback and
This here too. Listen to how he answers this question too, and like he wasn't even asked. It wasn't even a question. He kind of just ran into this. But this is him showing signs of learning the head coaching position. You're gonna notice how he kind of like goes into talking about now he's a head coach. This is showing signs of how he's already evolving himself, which is good for us, right? Because we don't want a coach that has a whole lot of rookie ebbs and flows as a rookie head coach. You know what I mean? It's very crucial. Some of these games, some of these wins and losses come down to coaching decisions, and rookie coaches can make some bad calls sometimes. So the fact that he's sitting here and voluntarily offered up some insight on the fact that he's learning how to do his position better, I think is amazing.
tap him on the back and just call the next play while the defensive coaches are running down the sideline. I stay out of that now. Now when we score a touchdown, I go high five the wide receivers instead of go talk to the DB. I'm getting better at that. It's taken me 3 days to get used to that.
What excites you about pads coming on at tomorrow's practice and something closer to real football being played?
Yeah, I think the game changes when pads come on. I think it's easier to run the ball when the pads come on. I think offensive linemen can get their hands underneath shoulder pads. I think they can kind of hold in certain places that aren't going to get called. I think they can move people better. I think DBs can reroute wide receivers better because there's more surface area to get your hands on wide receivers. And I think certain positions, it becomes way more real. Like, let's be honest, it becomes more real. It allows us to practice in different tempos.
Make sure y'all
we can
smash
go thud,
that like
where
and
you guys
subscribe.
will see a lot of the NFL thud somebody up, wrap them up, and then kind of let them go. I do think you need to have that physicality, and you need to callous your body, whether it's your shoulders or whether it's your hands or whether it's, you know, a lot of your body getting used to that physical contact, which is really hard. And then it's going to allow us to go live and play real football and see who can tackle, who can break tackles. You know, when people talk too about playing the game, I think there's a lot of safety that we still need to get better at in this game throughout the league, right? So we start teaching the proper way to tackle and keeping your head out of the tackle and protecting yourself. Well, how do you do that if you really don't practice it and get it on tape and correct it? So I think playing real football is huge, and being aggressive and physical and live and actually having periods where we go to the ground is huge. But I think it also allows us to teach how to do things properly for the safety of the game. And those are all things that are very important to me.
To our
We
count,
talked on Thursday about guys learning in different ways, whether that's seeing, hearing, the physical act of doing it. With a new team, how have you and the staff kind of gone about figuring out how guys learn best as individuals? And then how much are you able to kind of tailor that learning experience for an individual versus trusting your overall install to kind of get them where they're going to learn it best?
You have
Here he goes in talking about this is an area for us. This is like an area where he's holding his coaches accountable.
to find out how each player learns. I mean, it's not me in front of the whole entire room. I'm gonna teach how I believe is the best way to get my points across. But say you were coaching the running backs and there's only 5 running backs in the room. That's your job as a running back coach, to be the head coach of the running backs and get to know how each one of those guys learn, because that's your job as a teacher, just like it would be as a school teacher, to figure out how maybe a kid who's here versus here to teach everybody, right? And if that's extra time, if it's me and you need to go out and do an extra walkthrough because you learn better walking through, and then maybe I take him in the classroom extra in my office and we watch video because he learns best watching the video. And then there's rep guys who just need more reps on the field. But you better figure that out as a position coach, and that's 100% on them to figure out how each one of their players learns individuals. I think the best coaches are the best teachers.
100%.
That's why I have a ton of respect for all the teachers.
So that's how
all the school teachers, because they need to figure out how each kid learns, and each kid learns differently.
Defense has forced like 9-10 takeaways. What is it about your scheme that creates these opportunities?
I mean, it's important. I think
this is where he talks
the ability
about it.
to letting guys play fast, know what they're doing. I think if you look at one punching the ball, right, you got to drill it. And then I think there's some really guys that are really instinctive, like we just talked about Jacob. But every day in individual, it's mandated that the first 2 minutes of individual have got to be, your drill has to be about attacking the football.
Attacking the football.
So that's on the script. Before individual, it says takeaways. So they have to do something to emphasize the takeaways. When Sean and I are in the defensive meeting room, it is the first thing we talk about and the first thing that we show are the takeaways. So I think, one, you emphasize it, right? And then if you really want to break it down a step further, we're playing a lot of man coverage, but we're playing a lot of zone coverage. A lot of times when you play zone coverage and your eyes are all on the quarterback, you have a better chance for takeaways, where if I'm covering you man to man and you say you run a route that way and my back's to the ball, most of the times you're going to get more of a PBU. But if you have like 7 guys and their eyes are on the football and everybody's kind of getting ready for that quarterback to break, you have a better chance to have somebody be around the ball. So some scheme related, a lot.
And I'm gonna show you a clip where it was Dante Trader actually talks about this. So you could see that this coaching that Jeff Hafley is bringing in is working. So give me 1 second. Let me find that, which one that one is.
Yeah. So this offseason I was with.
I think it's this one.
Let's say eyes on quarterback.
Yeah.
There's a lot of eyes on quarterback, and who gets paid the most, who's the most.
All right, so yeah.
Say eyes on quarterback. There's a lot of eyes on quarterback, and who gets paid the most, who's the most, key guy on the field. It's the quarterback. Who's the guy you don't want?
What's up, Cap?
When you're on your own team to touch quarterback. So we having our eyes on the guy that's going to give us the ball. So just this system alone allows we to play top down, everybody on the string. As you see, we all 11 to the ball. We're going to close up the run game with, our big guys up front and then our edge pressure on the edge. So just being able to close those lanes and then keep and limit explosive with cover 3 shells and posts and things like that.
So basically, he just explained what Jeff Hafley just explained from a player's perspective. So that shows you that, like, the coaching that Jeff Hafley, and he's telling us that this is what he's coaching the guys. And now I just showed you where the player himself literally said the same thing, just in different wording. Jeff Hafley, man. He disciplines, and a lot of people were talking highly about the Taffy interception. Well, Jeff Hafley had something negative to say about that, and we're going to get to that part shortly.
It's player related, and then it's guys knowing what they're doing so they can play fast. And then let's talk about the D-line, right? Ball disruption's huge. Is the quarterback forced to get rid of the ball quick? Did they get their hands up to force a high throw? Did we send a pressure and all of a sudden the quarterback's got to make a bad decision? So I think everything goes into that, and then it's year to year. I mean, I've been around teams that have been in the top 5, and then years I've done it even more. You aren't. So sometimes the ball bounces a funny way, but I think all of those things.
Cap, I got some photos and some videos. We're gonna break into it after
but considering Achane and Jalen Wright have speed as a big element of their game. Do you want Ollie to be kind of that short yardage big back?
No, I want Ollie to compete to be an every down back, and I think he's capable of doing it. When
You
Ollie's
remember what I was
flashed
saying
and he
about
knows what
how
he's doing and
Ollie
he
was
hits it,
used last
he has
year?
great speed, he has great size, and
Listen to
and
what
he can catch the
Halfley
ball
has
to
to
the
say about
backfield
that.
too. And he gives us the ability with the bigger back to be good on third down and protection downs because he is a bigger person. But I want him to compete to be an every down back.
Half is an ideal practice for you one where the offense wins 50% of the snap, the defense 50%, or does it depend on what you're trying to accomplish that day, or is there another thing you're looking at?
That's a good question. I don't really look at throughout the normal course of a practice. I don't really look at like who wins and loses the play. I look at the execution and I look at the process. Like Taft made an interception the other day and he was completely wrong. He shouldn't have even been there. So he joked around with me and he's like, well, he commented on the result. I said, oh, you're a results guy, huh? I mean, jokingly, I said, I'm about the process. Now, trust me, in a game that's like, yeah, great job, but like, what the hell are you doing? But right now in practice, the focus has to be on the process to make sure that that's right, or else those results won't happen consistently. So when you go through the process and you make sure that it was right,
and this is another sign of why this is such a great coach and coaching. Like, yeah, you got the interception, bro, but you were out of place. You weren't supposed to be there. Like,
kind of wait to watch the tape before I have a big reaction in practice. I do want a competitive practice, and I do want it to go back and forth. And truthfully speaking, if you watched on day 3, we'll just go by days from now on because your question threw me off. So we'll go day 3 of practice, which was our last one. The offense came out firing, right? It was awesome because there was a ton of energy. And then I felt like the defense was dipping a little bit. So I stopped practice and I said, hey, this period, these 6 third downs are going to be competitive. Because I felt like if I did that, it would ramp things up, and it did. And I wanted to see it balance out because I do think it's good if it goes back and forth. I think if one group's just constantly dominating, that's not a good thing. I used to believe that on defense, but I don't anymore. So I do like the balance, but it's more about the process and the result.
Is today considered a high, medium, or a low day with intensity?
Today's like a medium day, so it won't be as many plays. But when you see,
all right, so there's not much more. He just goes on the rest of the presser. He pretty much just goes on and is talking about the next couple days of practice and what type of practices they're going to be and how he likes to run it. I mean, one key thing that he does talk about is how he works with his strength and conditioning staff on how they run their practices. So a light day, a heavy day, a short day. He goes and talks about the red zone days are a little more impact, but it's less yardage, so it's not as much strain on the body, and that's how they keep these players healthy, which is important, which is a key factor in the success for the Miami Dolphins. Because if you look at some of these other teams already dealing with a bunch of injuries, so the fact that we can plan for that with the extra stretching and then the way we run our practices to not over strenuate these players so that we cause unnecessary injuries before the season even gets started, that's a plus. That's a win for the Miami Dolphins. That's a win for the way that they're building this organization and this culture. What's up, bud? Shut the door behind you, please. Give it to me. Give it. Alright. Shut my door, please. Shuts door strongly. Anyways, we were talking about Jeff Halfley, right? So today was good. Offense was definitely had its moments where it performed above expectations. There were a few big passes. There was some nice runs. There was a nice A-chain run right up the middle to start the actual 11-on-11 drills. We saw in the beginning in the pre-workouts before the individuals, we saw them working on their takeaway drills that Halfley was talking about, because He's emphasizing turnovers. And I told you guys, I've been telling y'all, when they put this team together, all of the defensive players that they brought in had turnovers on their resume and open field tackling. You fix those two things, our defense is already better than what it has been for the last couple years. Already better than what it has been for the last couple of years. Alright, so let's go through. Let me find some of the film that I got for today, and then we'll go through that. Go through my notes, go through the photos and everything from today, checking it out. Too bad I can't hit the arrow here. I gotta go back and forth. That's the bad thing about Discord. I gotta figure out how to do this better. So there we got Halfley and Bobby Slowick talking with each other. This is a moment after I saw Jeff Halfley writing down some notes on his little pad thing. I don't know what he was writing down. But it was after Quinn Ewer's second attempt. Yeah, here's a better picture. Yeah. Actually, I don't know why I'm doing it on here. Hold on. I got an easier way to do this to where I don't have to keep going back and forth. I'm acting like a rookie right now, man. Alright, let's do it like this. Alright, so now we're going to do this. Alright, sorry for the... There we go. What's up, True Fin fan? That first run, are you talking about the first run to start off training camp? No, I wasn't even over in that section yet. I was still talking to somebody like on the other end of the field. So I saw like it looked like A-Chain running through the middle as I was walking around. So I actually ended up missing the second play of actual scrimmage. And then I got back over into that section when like Greg Dulcich was catching that pass on the sideline. And then from there on I was over there watching it. But like during the beginning parts, like during the drills and the individual stuff, I was on the other end of the field where the cabanas are, just talking to people and having conversations and just chilling out. What's up, Cap? See, as we go through some of the pictures we got from today, linebackers out there hanging out. Choppity chop. One of my biggest takeaways that I really enjoyed seeing today, and yes, Cap for life, you were right. Malik Washington in the backfield. I don't know if y'all remember, but I talked to Malik Washington a little bit at the DCC, and he told me that he's been dialed in this offseason. And I also been telling y'all that the offense that Bobby Sloak used to run in Tennessee in 2023 when he was with the Houston Texans was a lot of people rushing the ball. It wasn't just running backs. There were wide receivers, there were tight ends involved in rushing the ball, and the fact that we're seeing these wide receivers lining up and running the ball.
So you're telling me, and I think you know where I'm going with this. Are you telling me that Malik Washington could possibly be our Deebo Samuel?
Yeah, bro, and just the way he's doing it, he was the biggest impact player of the day today. He had 2 big runs. He had 2 big catches. Like, he was definitely the impact player of the day today. He was working with both Quinn Ewers and he was working with Malik Willis, and had big runs with both of them. And then also had big passes with both of them. So he's showing consistency. Quinn Ewers also had a big pass completed to Theo Weiss that almost went for a touchdown. And then he also had that one to A.J. Henning that y'all seen on the sideline. But Malik Willis had some decent throws too. You've seen the Tutu Atwell one that TD was talking about earlier. That throw was beautiful. It really was. It was when you saying dart down the middle to Tutu Atwell, it was a freaking dart right down the middle, like Tutu Atwell in motion, in stride, just able to take off. Which is good to see from Tutu Atwell because he's had a few drops in the previous couple training camps. Oh yeah, I can't really very first play of the scrimmage. I really can't comment on it because, like I said, I was not close enough. I didn't have a good angle, so I don't. All I saw was a running back coming up the middle, and then I heard a bunch of cheering. So it's like I wasn't looking at it from a sideways angle, so I can see the line and all like the fundamentals, if you know what I'm saying. A true Fin fan, if you want to hop up here and talk with us, join the Discord. Go to our profile page, hit that Discord link, and then I can give you access to get up here. But I did get a few photos and some film and some notes. Trying to think of what else was really standing out to me. I mean, the quarterback competition between Quinn Ewers and Malik Willis, in my opinion, today. What happened? What'd you say, Cap? Anyways, the quarterback competition between Quinn Ewers and Malik Willis today, I think, was like very evident that there's a competition when it comes to passing the ball. They didn't actually have full pads on today, which I thought it was supposed to be a full padded practice, but I guess we're going to get one tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow we'll get to see a little bit more of what Malik has to offer as far as the quarterback competition goes, because he'll get to use his legs. And that's the... You're breaking up, bro.
Did it rain today?
No, it did not rain today. It was raining at my house when I got home, but it was not raining at practice today.
Yeah, just be aware tomorrow if that does happen, that scheme might change again.
You think so? Well, I wouldn't mind watching a practice in the rain. Like, I wouldn't care if it's raining. Here we got a couple videos of doing their warm-up drills. What do we got here? None of them got organized. So I don't know what we got.
I heard it was packed today. That's a good sign.
It was. Oh, this is the tackle for loss by Kenneth Grant. where he got in the backfield and got the tackle for loss. No, it was definitely packed, full stands, which is a good thing. It's a good thing for these players because like I would hate to be one of these players and come out here and there's nobody in the stands. You know what I mean? Like, so the fact that this team has so much turnover and we're like everyone wants to call it a rebuild. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that everyone wants to call it a rebuild. And the fact that the stands were full and there were fans everywhere standing around, it was a good thing to see. It really was. But offense had won the day today. Defense ended their day doing push-ups and sprints and stuff. Malik Willis, the quarterbacks. The quarterbacks were going around signing autographs. I think you had Charlie Heck was out there signing autographs. A few other people.
It's my thing though, man. Like if they're not in full pads, like the offensive line play, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Tomorrow we'll really see. Tomorrow.
Yeah, and I thought today was supposed to be full pads too. But I guess not. But it's okay either way. It was still good. Like I said, there was a couple good chunk plays from the offense.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I heard what Kyle Lewis put some pressure too
on Cam Miller. I think Kyle Lewis was playing with the third strings.
Yeah, they wanted to take it like I was saying before, man. Like the maintenance plan, the way he's doing it, it's like, all right, you are who you say you are. That's fine, but you know, let's see against the third and fourth, which is not bad because you want to see what he can do because you think he's better than the 3 and the 4s. Then you see he is standing out. Just maintenance plans like that. Then you like flow him into the first and second string. Like I think that's a good way of leaning guys in little by little. You know what I'm saying? Not wearing them out.
Well, I know I saw a few guys traveling between first string and second string, and then a few guys traveling from second string and third string. So he is kind of mixing it up like that because remember I was telling you Malik Washington was working with both Malik Willis and Quinn Ewers, which tells me that he's on track to be our number one guy. Whether he puts up number one numbers, he's on track to be our number one receiver. And Caleb Douglas today, I wasn't impressed with him, honestly. There were two passes that he got back to back that he didn't haul in. One, they were both the same play. They were just going to opposite sidelines, but it was one, I think I got the video of him too, so when we get there, we'll be able to talk about it a little bit more and actually break down the play. But seeing it in live time while I'm having conversations and like trying to pay attention and write notes and get film, it's like there's a lot going on, you know. But from what it looked like is like the first play, it was Malik Willis fakes a handoff and he rolls out to the right and kind of passes it to Caleb Douglas on the sideline, but it was a little high, but at the same time, like Caleb Douglas didn't even really attempt to go up and get the ball. Like you didn't see hands go up or nothing, you know what I mean? And then immediately the next play, same play, just to the opposite side, Malik Willis rolls back, gets pressure in his face, he throws the ball off his off foot, and you can see it. It's kind of similar situation, you know, kind of a little high to the sideline to where like Caleb Douglas should just have to like go up for a jump ball or something. But I don't know if it was bad passes from Willis or if it was Caleb Douglas being behind on the route or just what. I gotta actually take that film and break it down, like slow it down and break it down a little bit better. But those were two things that I saw that I felt were pretty concerning, especially coming from a guy we're hoping is going to come out and be a good number one wide receiver for us. Or at least a good.
Yeah, I mean, I heard Diddy say I heard TD say he had like a drop pass too that led to like almost a fumble if it was, you know.
Was that Caleb Douglas?
It's
Was
not.
that Caleb Douglas that had the drop pass that led to the fumble?
Yo, hello.
Something like that. He said he caught it, then he coughed it up, and if it was like a real down situation, they would have tried to like call it to see if it was a fumble or not.
Got you.
Like a replay type of deal.
Got you. What's up, Iceman? How you doing today? Were you down there?
Wait, hold on. Is the mic working or not? Am I like with the phone?
You're live,
Yeah,
bro.
we can hear you.
Okay. No, I'm outside. Nah, bro, I wasn't there. I'm going on August 18th, and then to the joint one as well for the Giants. But how was it though? Like for real, like no sugarcoating, because everyone is fucking capping on Twitter, dude, and I can't take it. Like they're saying that. No, I'm serious. Everyone swears that.
I'm curious. I'm curious because I have not heard one lick from the Twitterverse in the span of a month. So I'm curious to find out.
No, I gotta ask Kat though for real, cause look, everyone keeps swearing, like everyone's posting about how legit Willis is and this and that and the third, and he bombed it today to Tutu Atwell. But you were there, so I gotta ask you, Cap, for real, bro, cause me and Cap.
Well, I mean,
man, he knows how it
Iceman,
is,
bro. Like everything that they're saying about that Tutu Atwell pass is legit,
Yeah.
bro. That pass was a beautiful pass. It was like, it was a dart right down the middle. Like there was no air under it or nothing. It was like literally left his hand and went right into
It wasn't
Tutu
like what
Atwell's
Tua-
hand, bro. It was beautiful. It was freaking beautiful.
It wasn't
and it
like
was
those
on
days,
the
bro.
run. Like it really was a beautiful. But there wasn't a whole lot of negative today, honestly. I think the biggest negative thing that I can take away from today was the two Douglas incompletions.
What happened? What happened there though? Like what happened to Douglas? Like, yeah. He like tried catching it in the end zone, or he dropped it.
No, I was literally just talking about it. There were two plays to Douglas back to back. And the first play was a play to the right sideline. It was I think it was 3rd and 8 situations, and we were just trying to get the first down. So the first play was it was a play for him to slide out to the right sideline, and Malik Willis rolls out and he throws him the pass, but it's a little high on the sideline, but it was way off. Like either Caleb Douglas was way behind or Malik Willis was way ahead. But at the same time, Caleb Douglas didn't put any arms up to even attempt to catch the pass. And then the second play right afterwards was the same play. It was just reversed to the other side. So Malik Willis rolls out. He gets pressure coming at him, and he releases it off of his off foot. And it's kind of similar, right? It's in the same area, so it's a little high to the sideline. So now I'm like thinking, okay, now this is a ball that Caleb Douglas is supposed to just high point on the sideline, get toe tap, and then fall out of bounds. But it was just Caleb Douglas was nowhere to be found.
Damn. I just like the fact that you said Malik Willis had that nasty throw to Tutu.
No, it was nasty.
Was it the mobility though that he kind of like displayed today a little bit, or no?
There wasn't a whole lot of. They still didn't have full pads on yet, so there wasn't a whole lot of opportunity for them to be fully mobile. For him to be fully mobile yet. I imagine they're waiting for the pads to come on for that, so that you can get like actual tackling.
I sent the link out to. I sent the link out on a Twitter group page. I'm sure some of them are watching, so like let them slide, bro. I don't know if they can add. They just couple of them just text me saying, "How do I get up?" Just text him in the message, bro. If you guys are watching, just message Catndahat and he'll send you.
Yeah, are y'all joining the Discord? Let me drop the link in the chat.
Marley,
let me drop the link in the chat. Hold on.
Marley, gotcha. Marley, look on YouTube if you can hear this, bro, or to the others. Dude, slide.
What's up, Mr. Polk? How you doing today?
Cap for life. He's here?
He's down in the chat. I just seen him. Yeah, I just dropped our Discord link in the chat.
All right,
feel free to join that right after y'all subscribe, and then I'll get y'all up here.
Can I copy and paste Cat to the thing or not? How do you like?
Yeah.
I could copy and paste it,
Yeah,
right?
you should be able to.
Let me see. I'm on the iPad. Let me just.
I liked Kenneth Grant today. He was doing really good. I saw him in the individual drills. He was mauling his opponents in the individual drills. Zach Sealer was looking really good.
Cameron Gritty?
Who?
Oh my bad. You said Cameron Gritty or no?
No.
No. Shocked that he's still on the roster. That part is.
You said Grant, right? You said I heard Zach Seiler, bro. Like Halfley's leaning on him for play calls, like single calls and stuff like that. Like he's letting him audible too, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about at the beginning of that Halfley presser. Because if you go back and if you go back to the interview with Caden Proctor yesterday, he was talking about the play where Zach Sealer was able to get on the inside of him, and he was able to learn from that. Like he used it as a learning. But if you go back to the presser this morning with Jeff Halfley, he was talking about that exact same play and how he intentionally put Zach Sealer in a position to win so that he can use that as an opportunity for Caden Proctor to hopefully learn from. And then the fact that Caden Proctor himself was he mentioned it, and so, bro, Jeff Halfley's coaching is doing a good job.
My bad, Cat, but True Fin Fan, the homie wants to True. You gotta download the app. There's an app or something like that. I think, Cat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That he has to download.
Yeah, unfortunately, I roll through Discord, True Fin Fan. So if you want to hop up here with us, you got to get the Discord app, and then you don't need the app if you're using a computer. You can use the website itself. But if you're on the phone, you got to get the app. What's up, Ghost? What's up, everybody in the chat? Yeah, I got film playing in the background for y'all in the Discord if y'all want to watch the stream.
Yeah, I have the iPad. Watch it down. That's where you sat by the
for the warm ups, yeah. But then once the scrimmage started, I moved over to the far side to where they were so I can get a better angle.
Got you. Damn.
Yeah.
Getting violent there. I like
yeah,
it.
No, that's one good thing is they were definitely getting violent. I love the fact that Jeff Halfley is emphasizing takeaways and turnovers so much so that he's implemented it, and it's a mandatory thing for practices. There's 2 minutes of takeaway emphasis for all the defensive players, so that's a great thing being implemented. Like I said, I feel like this team is going to lead the league in turnovers, and Jeff Halfley is just he's getting behind me, and he's like, you know what, Cat, I got your back. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna make this happen. You saw me at Cap Camp, Ghost. Oh well, if you see me again, make sure you come say hi. I was in it too, man. I was focused. Yeah, speed.
You know what's the best part, yo? You didn't have to hear anyone talk about Tua today. That's the beautiful part. It's all about Willis now. That's all I had to say.
Well,
no more
I'm not
chanting about that crap.
I'm not gonna lie. If you compare Willis and Quinn Ewers' performance today, I mean they were pretty equal. They both had big chunk plays.
Through that ball, yo.
They both had big chunk plays.
I saw that.
Yeah, so
but don't get that started though, Cat.
Yeah,
Pete,
at the
Pete
end
don't love
of
that
the
shit.
end of the
You know
day, I don't think Quinn Ewers has the legs to be able to compete with what Malik Willis can do with the legs. You know what I mean? But we'll see. That's the only way Quinn Ewers is going to win this job is if he starts balling out with his legs. But in order for him to do that, he's going to have to sacrifice some of them nice throws that he can do. You know.
I still don't believe in Quinn. I don't. I know Pete loves Quinn Ewers.
No, actually, he's been pretty Malik Willis lately.
Oh, word.
Yeah. He's
Well,
been
Pete,
pro Dolphins. He's just been pro Dolphins, man, which he should be, man. He's got a right to be pro Dolphins.
Aggressively pro Dolphins.
Joe, don't, man. Damn.
What's up, Joe?
What's up, Iceman? What's up, Catndahat? What's up, Cat for
What's
life?
good?
Yo.
I joined a few minutes ago, but I started choking on my own spit.
Pause.
Having a whole thing. You guys ever do that where you like
No. The fuck?
saliva goes like down the windpipe?
Did I say something you didn't agree with?
No. I don't know. I was just like I was plugging my laptop in and I breathed in the wrong way. I guess.
Oh, got you.
Still, I'm 35 years old, still getting used to breathing.
Yeah, we
That's
learn
crazy,
something
Joe.
new every day, right?
Yeah.
Damn, you really got footage like that, Cat. I'm watching it right now.
Yeah, I got a little bit.
So, how many tackles did Jacob Rodriguez miss today?
We'll find out when we go through the film, my friend. No, but honestly, I don't think there wasn't a lot of opportunities for him to actually like make tackles, right? So it's like we had a couple passes to the sidelines. There was only a few runs.
Quiet day for linebackers.
Yeah, quiet day for linebackers, really. Because there wasn't a whole lot of runs, especially through the middle. Like the runs that were happening were runs to the side, unless it was third string. With number 37, whoever number 37 is. He was working with second and third string, and he was having a lot of runs up the middle. And he had one really nice run where he was like breaking tackles. Like if they were allowed to tackle him, like I kind of wanted to see what it would have looked like, because he was like running through with power and like juking and moving and like moving through the tackles basically, and ended up turning it into a big run. But it's practice and it's technically two-hand touch, so it's really hard to tell if like he, what it would have turned into in real time. But it looked good. It looked impressive, but there wasn't a lot of
That's Carlos Washington.
Okay. There wasn't a lot of opportunities really for linebackers to make big plays today. Like I said, it was a lot to the sidelines, and then there was that 1-2-2 Atwell that was kind of a crosser route over the middle. But that was just a beautifully executed play, in my opinion, from Malik and Tutu. But Tutu needed something like that, because he's been dropping passes left and right that have been turning into INTs. So he needed something big like that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
He's been damn.
Hey, did you guys listen to Ryder today, bro?
No.
He mentioned something that made me think, bro, as far as like with the linebackers and the Cowboys still trying to be like persistent to try to make a deal with us. Do you think they might deal Dotson or might get rid of Dotson? Because I haven't heard his name at all.
And we have Kyle Lewis that we drafted, so that guy's gonna have to compete with him. So I'll see you.
Well, I mean,
Anybody see him playing today out there? Nobody saw him.
I mean, he was out there. I mean, I didn't see. That's the bad thing about being sideways, is like in real time, like numbers and names is hard to keep up with because they switch people out. It's not like you can't be like, oh, first string's going out there. It's this player, this player, this player, and this player. No, because they're switching them around. So it's like,
oh, were you on the ground level?
Yeah. Well, not with like the reporters and stuff, but like I'm as far down as I could go. You know what I mean? As close up.
Yeah, you can't see the whole field though when you're that close.
Yeah, no. I think tomorrow I'll probably go up and sit at the top of the stands and probably try and get an aerial view and see how that goes. The only problem is it's so much further away for my screen, so it's like I'm literally at that point I kind of use my phone for like as binoculars or whatever.
Damn, KP was there too, bro. I missed out, bro. All y'all were there? The hell, bro.
I didn't go, Iceman.
I didn't. I picked up one day.
Here at home like a lazy fuck.
I am lazy, bro. Shit, same. I wanted to go, but nah, there's too much happening.
Yeah, are you talking about? Are you talking about the one that went to AJ Henning on the left side? Oh, that one was nice. Or are you talking about the first one that went to Theo Weiss Jr.?
Is that on Twitter, Cat? I think he's talking about the one with Quinn, right? That's the one he talking about?
Probably the one
You guys still call it Twitter?
X, whatever. I mean,
Yeah. Same shit, you know.
I don't use it. I don't think I would ever convert to call it an X though. Like you just
I still call it Twitter, but I'm starting to get used to it.
it's like calling it the Washington Redskins.
all right. So on this play, I didn't pan my phone fast enough, but it was a really bad throw from Malik Willis. It just kind of went over everybody's head and didn't go nowhere.
Say that again. A really bad throw by Malik Willis.
Yes, I'll say it again. It was just a really bad throw by Malik Willis. It just went over everybody's head.
I'm just collecting negative.
I know.
Negative.
I told y'all. I'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, the great, all of it, man.
I'm a negative fan.
Nah, we all have our.
Ain't that the truth?
We all have our own reasons to have our opinions. But yeah, you are pretty negative, bro.
I'm gonna call him Mr. Negative. We got someone on the X side on Twitter.
Seen him in a while, Mr. Negative.
Pete. Malik Washington, bro. Malik Washington was the standout player of today's practice. The standout player of today's practice. Get on up here and we could talk about it, bro. Malik Washington. Remember I told you, bro. Malik Washington. I told you. I talked to him at DCC. I told y'all then. He said he was locked in. He said he's going to come out this year and he's going to ball out. He was the standout guy this year. If we still had orange jerseys, he'd have one tomorrow. 100%.
So the hot take, bro. The hot take today from Cat in the Hat is saying that Malik Washington can possibly be our Debo Samuel 2.0.
Chill,
bro. He's working to be our wide receiver one, our clear guy. He's working on being that guy. You even heard him say it in his presser the other day. He said he didn't want to just be like known as a certain type of guy. He wants to be everything. He wants to go downfield. And then today, we see him running the ball. He had nice runs too, man. Design runs for him, like, and it's not a matter of him running around. And it's not play action like an RPO, like a lot of people think. No, he was lined up in the backfield, got the ball, ran it like a running back.
What was the health today? Any injuries?
No, still no injuries, man.
Knock on wood.
Oh yeah.
Good juju.
Mm-hmm. Better coaching staff too.
How'd the DBs look?
Knock on wood.
Pete, he actually caught nice passes from both Quinn Ewers and Malik Willis today. So he had action in the run game and in the pass game. He was, like I'm telling you, he was the standout player. He was the standout player of today's practice, 100%.
Nice.
But the DBs, I mean, they didn't have a bad day. Chris Johnson, I think it was Chris Johnson. I didn't catch the number, but they're saying on Twitter that it was Chris Johnson got a nice interception on his guy. And then there was another interception as well, but I didn't catch it. I was in the middle of talking to the guy next to me, and like I looked and it happened, so I was like, damn it, I missed it. And I wasn't recording either, so I was like, darn it.
Probably one of those meatball throws that he gets to recover on.
What's up, everyone?
What's up, Mr. Paul?
What's up, Catndahat?
What's up, Mr. Paul? And KP.
Iceman up.
And KP, you're probably not wrong, because we heard Halfley talking about doing things like that this morning in his presser, right? He was talking about how he had purposely put Zach Sealer in a position to win over Caden Proctor to use it as a learning experience, and he had also said that he does things. He specifically makes it to where the game is even keeled in certain aspects. So it's like he was talking about how, like, if the offense is doing too good, I might dial up the defense to bring pressure onto the quarterback. And then we've seen it today, and that's what KP was just talking about it in the chat. I'm sorry I can't bring it up on the screen for everybody. I don't know how to do all that, but But yeah, no, you're 100% right, KP. And this is why Jeff Hafley, man, he's going to lead us to the promised land, ladies and gentlemen. How you feeling today, Mr. Polk? You been liking what you seeing from all the creators, all the content creators dropping their what they seen today at practice?
Yeah. From everything from what I've been hearing since this morning and whatever it sounds good. And like I said, um we the Halfley has us going in the right direction. That's for sure. Listen, this is different from the past, and I said it. I'm gonna say it before when I could get criticized, and I don't care because I'm gonna speak my mind regardless. Um, be it, the way Happily is moving, he's showing some similarities to Don Shula. I'm not saying he's on the level of Don Shula, no, because he's not there yet. But the direction he's going, he's giving me Don Shula vibes. I've said that before.
100%.
And when we first now I'm gonna say this when him and Sully first joined the Miami Dolphins, of course you're gonna have doubts because these are two new. This is a new GM and a new head coach. Okay, then they changed the staff, other staff members in the office. They also changed the strength and conditioning staff. So it's a lot of changes been made, and it's looking good because right now, surprisingly, we don't have no injuries except for Storm Duck. But I think Storm Duck injury was from maybe
he was already
extended from last season. Yeah, he was already hurt. So that's a good thing. And then the biggest thing that I've been hearing um, ever since the OTA started was the way they had the players stretching out. And I mentioned this, I don't know if it's on Pete's show or somebody's show. I mentioned that's the thing that when I played part one of football, that's what we had to do when it came down to practice. And that's the first thing we had to do before we start practice was to stretch out. And I believe that helps. I'm not no doctor, but I believe that helps.
You learn that in elementary school, literally. Like PE class, they teach you stretching is good for you,
Mm-hmm.
And no, that's
what I'm trying to be like.
We were talking about that on here because I remember we were talking about when we brought in the coaches and stuff, and we switched out the strength and conditioning staff. We were talking about the importance of the strength and conditioning staff and how they help prevent injuries. You know what I mean? They help keep players active and healthy throughout the season. And Jeff Hafley was talking about that this morning in how they run their practices. He says that he kind of like gets with his strength and conditioning staff, and they determine like what's a healthy range and a healthy rate of practice. So it's like that's why they have the light days, the medium days, the heavy days and stuff. And he was explaining like red zone days. They use red zone days like that. So it's like you're still playing hard and playing physical, but you're not running as many yardage. He said it's like you take the yardage out of it. You know what I mean? So it's like you're still getting that hard physical play, but it's like you're not running at full speed as much as you do in open field like they were today. So
I got a question for you, Kat. Since you were there, is this true? Now, people have been rumored a couple of days ago, piggyback off Mr. Park, he said Don Shula, his practices, they said that he had like a 2-hour practice without no water breaks, full gas, no breaks. Did he display that today as well? Did he display that he can actually he's doing that? Because there was an article and then Omar Kelly stated that as well. So I started to sit there and be like, we really have a head coach for the first time ever.
I don't know about no water breaks, anything like that, because I definitely saw some guys emptying some empty water bottles into trash cans, and I mean like bags of water bottles into trash cans, like.
Right, but did they go like full speed?
Oh no, it was
full speed ahead. Everyone knows that.
It was full speed ahead the whole time. I mean, even the coaches, I saw this morning were running around and they weren't walking. Because I remember the other day I saw a clip where I saw some coaches walking out onto the field and not jogging out onto the field like everyone else was. And that's another thing. Like he's
That's what we did last year, though.
walked.
We jogged. We just ladder-gagged. Every offensive coordinator and every fucking guy on the team just wasn't there. You can tell the body movement wasn't there. And this year, I mean, how was it with you this year? Like when you went there today straight up and you saw everybody like busting ass, like they said, screw this, we're not even gonna walk it. They just started running, like everyone. Because if that is true, bro, I'm telling you.
I mean, to be honest, Iceman,
Right, let's be
honest, Iceman, like it's hard you can't watch everybody at every single moment. So, I mean, I'm sure there were moments where guys were just, doing their normal thing, but it's impossible to watch everybody at all times. You know what I'm saying? Because you have two fields, and you have like, especially during the beginning, right? You have two fields, so it's like you have defense working on one field and offense working on another field. And the offense, like today, when the offense was warming up, they were on the far field. So that's why we were watching defense warm up today, because they were right there in front of us. So tomorrow it'll be offense. So it's like you can't really watch everybody. And then if you're looking over here at the 11 on 11s, like it seems like everybody's doing what they need to be doing, right? They were all running out onto the field when it was their turn, but it's like these guys here standing on the sideline, what else are they supposed to do? Like jog back and forth.
Guys, like the field.
No, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I might be high as hell right now, and I might not be able to explain it fully.
I totally get what you're saying, but it's like that's a question that you have to ask all the creators, right? So it's like you got to get all of our opinions because there is a lot going on. So we're all probably looking at different things.
I don't do that though. I really don't go by content creators anymore. I really don't. But like to be real, there's only like two that I go to. You and Pete. No disrespect, bro, but I really don't like. I'm not part of anyone's community. I'm not part of that.
All right. On this one here, there was a flag. I'm trying to figure out this. I'm glad that I got this one on camera because I wanted to figure out if it was on defense or on offense. It looks like.
I really don't watch those content creators.
I think it might have been on offense. It's tight. Can anyone in the chat determine? Any of y'all? Does it look like it's on the offense or the defense? Yeah, I don't check out too many other content creators either. Like I'll go in there once in a while, but most of the time if I'm in a content creator's channel, it's mostly because I'm trying to holler at the chat and talk to the people in the chat because I know y'all guys, most of y'all guys that I hang out with and talk to up here are in the chats, so I'll go over there and I'll bullshit with them. And sometimes I try and troll some of them, like I'll just argue with what they're saying just to see if they'll like.
I can't. I can't. I'm sorry, dog. There's not that much educational. That's all I gotta say, bro.
The host is an ass. He think he's somebody. I don't know what you're talking about. I do think I'm somebody. My name is Catndahat. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you smash that subscribe button on your way in. Don't forget to hit the like as well. And hey, be friendly. Share it with a friend.
Hey, look, Jason, these are the types of people that you're going to come and go. Fuck them, bro. Who cares about them? Jason, it's so cool.
He may be talking about somebody that you were talking about. I don't know. I was commenting on the chat.
I don't know, bro.
I'm a fun-going guy. You'll learn, man. I'm a fun-going guy. People don't really get under my skin too much.
I know. You don't have haters, though. But that means you're doing something correctly, though. Remember that. You're doing something correctly, so keep doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hold on.
Shout out to Jason.
I'm slacking. True Fin fan, give me a second. I got you. I see you in the chat. Let me give you guys some access real quick. Let me give you guys some access real quick.
Yeah, I'm trying to text him right now. Yeah.
I tried getting Marley in here and he can't even get. Hold on. Try getting one of my homies in here too, but.
Yeah, I'll give True Fin fan. I'll give y'all some access. Give me 1 second, guys.
See here. Copy paste.
All right, both True Fin Fan and KP, both y'all should have panel access now. If you look over into the hamburger menu to the left side, you'll see voice channels, and then you'll see the general channel, and then you just join there. I could show you on the screen here. I think we just got somebody.
Yeah, we got True Fin fans. Okay.
What's up? Welcome in,
What's
man.
going on, my brothers? Damn, this was a mission to get in here. I had to go through I had to walk through some vines. I had to fight 57 security guards, and I had to climb a 97-foot fence with spikes. Then I got shot at. I got bit by 2 Dobermans. But
hey, that's because I learned from Pete, bro. I can't be having no porn bots getting up here like that on me, bro.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
True Fin Fan?
Hey, what's up, True Fin?
How you been, Mr. Paul, Cat, everybody? Good? Joe? I seen you, Joe.
What's
going on, man?
What'd you guys see? So what do you guys think about what you saw so far? I was watching another show who was putting some of the film, and I don't know what you guys think, what heard. I know you were there, right, Cat?
Where?
Practice.
Oh, at practice? Yeah. I thought he was talking about another channel. I'm like, wait, what? I was like, I was over at TD's earlier, but
is it raining? Was it in the rain?
It was not raining today. It was a nice and sunny day. No rain.
No, yesterday was bad. Yesterday was bad. The weather was bad yesterday.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know what that was.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if anyone's out by me near Tampa and Sarasota area, but it cooled down big time here from all the rain and wind.
Yeah, I know it was raining. It was.
I mean,
it was raining when I got home today, but that's a little bit further north than Miami.
Hey, Iceman. Is that I think I know. Isn't that? I don't remember. I think I've been on his show. I haven't seen him in a minute.
What's up, dog? What's up, True Fin Fan, man? What it do, bro?
What's up, man? Good to see you here.
Chilling, man. Just getting blasted. So cheers, man. Cheers.
Yeah, man.
What you mean?
Smoking on that guns, man.
Easy now, the original bombo clap.
Yes, sir.
I 100% agree with you, Ghost, that we do lack talent, but I think that's where Jeff Halfley comes into play, right? Because you can definitely coach up talent. You can coach up talent.
Ghost.
You can coach it up. You can put these players in the right positions and in the right schemes in order for them to be successful with the talent that they do have. And I think that we have a coach that is competent enough to notice these things and be able to put these players in the positions for them to be able to succeed. So yes, even with a lack of talent doesn't mean we have to suck ass. We're going to be competitive. It's the Miami Dolphins.
It can, I'm gonna say it like this because I'm guilty of it. And Miss Phins on Miss Phins show, you can go back and see the receipt. It can look like at first it looked like, I'm gonna say it again, with the way we did the picks and with the wide receivers in the other position. I was saying, well, wait a minute, how come they're not going after the big names and what have you? Then, like I said, as time goes on, if you do your research and watch the different podcasts, you can pick up a pattern. And once you pick up that pattern, you can see where Halfley is, what Halfley's trying to do, and why he picked the players that he did. We may not. At first I didn't like it, and what happened, but as time went on, you start to understand what he's trying to do and what have you, the direction he's going. So, with that being said, like I said, it's a learning thing. Whether you know football or not, to me it's a learning thing because we're learning how athlete operates, what he's trying to do. We're learning. So
what he's trying to achieve. Yeah.
Exactly. And what the direction he's going is very positive. It's very positive, but I can't put a nail and say it's gonna turn out this way. But it's very positive, and that's why I even stepped out and said, okay, I'm starting to get even Don Shula vibe. That don't mean that he's Don Shula. I'm just saying I get the vibes because he's so. I'm seeing some patterns similar to Don Shula, what he's trying to do with this team. Because when Don Shula put together, when he came to the Miami Dolphins from the Baltimore Colts and what have you, he put together a team similar to what Hapley is doing right now. Because the players don't on the rosters were not all well-known players in the NFL at that time until we started going to the Super Bowl and playoffs and then we had that perfect season. That's when you really found out about Paul Warfield, and I could go down the list of other players that were on that roster. So that's why I say it's a learning curve and what have you. Some things you're gonna see something you may be wrong about, making an assessment about something. That's okay. It's nothing wrong with being wrong. Okay, and what have you. So that's how I look at the NFL and our Miami Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
100%. I'm still trying to figure out who caused this flag here.
Let me see. That's number whoever's wearing 17, the wide receiver behind right there. That guy jumped. See him?
Let me
Is it
see.
17 or 87? 87. Whatever that is. Yeah.
I think that's Theo.
That's Dulcich. 87.
Oh, that's Dolce.
Yeah, you see him.
Yeah, that's
You see him. He's lined up in the backfield off the line. He jumped on the offensive line. Watch him jump. See? Once he jumps, they react so you can get the call.
All right. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
you're
right.
right.
It is. Which is good, right? Okay, so they have him doing something he hasn't done before. So here's another moment where Jeff Hafley's going to be able to coach this guy, and hopefully he doesn't make that mistake.
Yeah,
again.
and you look at this, and what you're looking at is like we've been talking about the last couple of days. You're supposed to see a defense more advanced or playing with less problems in the offense, because right now it's a lot of new parts. So this doesn't bother me at all. I mean, it doesn't. This is what this is for. It's for you to make the mistakes here, not in the game. So I'm not worried about it.
No, yeah, no. It was like
I'll tell you one thing. One thing I saw today, Malik can. I'm not gonna curse. Malik can fling it, bro. That is some nasty velocity that we haven't seen since Jay Cutler.
Smokey J. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
Was this one here? I think this one here was an interception. No, it wasn't.
What'd you say, Joe?
The Jay
Nice
Cutler
touch pass.
is the Dolphins QB that we've ever had. That I've because I started watching at the end of the Marino years.
I think this is the Caleb Douglas one that they were talking about where he drops it.
Yeah, I think he dropped it. Yeah, or fumbled. What were you gonna say, Joe?
Saying that he's my favorite QB, Dolphins QB that I've watched.
Malik?
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler.
Well, you remember that you. I know you're still. I know you're old enough to remember Jay Cutler in was it Chicago or Denver? Where did he go first? Was it Chicago?
Denver. It was Denver, and then he went to Chicago.
Okay, if you remember the young Jay Cutler.
Yeah, Brandon Monster.
Yeah, go ahead. No, not only that, that guy was. There was an arm talent there that very few have had. It's one of those arms.
Yeah.
It was just his with Jay Cutler. His only issue was the wanting to compete. I mean, he came out of a game. Which was it in a playoff game? I think when he was in Chicago with a supposed fake injury, and there was speculation about that. So had that guy had a mentality to compete, he could have been one of the all-time greats because he had it all. What a gun. But here, like, is this to Malik Washington here, or did he leave?
No, he stepped out. He'll be Cat be right back.
Yeah. See, he has the. If you look at Malik here, one thing I like that I'm looking at. Look, he's gonna drop back, and what is he doing when he feels the pressure? He buys time by stepping up. See,
into a
ball height. Here it is. Step up gives you at least that extra second. That's Marino-esque, right? Now, I'm not saying he's Marino, but those who were quarterbacks like Marino did, where they would drop back, 2 little hop steps forward, that bought you enough time to get the ball out.
Mm-hmm.
If they could force him to do this, because running is not going to be a problem. If they can force him to do this and show him how to be comfortable doing this, then I think we might have uh something special. Because man, this kid has all the talent in the world, bro. What I was watching today,
I'm not gonna lie to you, true Fin fan. Now I know you guys probably don't play. I love games, but in Madden they do have him as a superstar. That's all I have to say. That means something. That means they know something. They know that this
yeah.
is,
I agree. I agree. They used Madden, believe it or not, and I know the and I'm old, right? But the old heads will probably laugh
I mean,
at it.
you know,
But
don't call
no,
yourself
there's a lot
old.
of correlation. There's a lot of correlation between the game, Madden, and it's funny if you do your research, you're gonna find some interesting connections.
Dude.
Wait, did Madden come out already?
No, but they have the stats. They have everything. The superstar X factors. Who's them? You know,
Malik as a superstar developmental trait.
they have him as a superstar. You know, like in yellow, and then superstar X factors like with Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. That's like the above him. So
They should.
I'm guessing
no,
they
no
didn't.
doubt, no doubt. I just.
I mean, let's be real. Let's talk about this for a second, if you guys don't mind, because I want to pick your guys' brains, see what you think. Is there any questions as to Malik's ability anywhere? I'm asking an honest question. Any doubts? Throwing or running? Pick them.
Not with me. Not with me. And I'm gonna go even further, true Fin fan. I'm happy with the quarterback room, period. Because I'm hearing good about Malik. I also heard something real good about Quinn Ewers. So right now I'm very happy with this quarterback roster. You know, and whatever. So my own thing is that we got to see who's going to be the third string quarterback, which really is not.
I don't think we're gonna have 3 quarterbacks on the roster, Mr. Park. I think it's 1 and 2. And yeah, and if anything, we'll hide somebody that we might think is something. So I heard what you. I read. Let me see. Now what I saw, he is an incredible. Oh, let me read what Ghost said. Give me a minute. Ghost is one of the good ones.
Maybe like practice squad, maybe.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, the third one will probably be on the press squad. Yeah, Ghost was saying some. I think Ghost was at the thing this morning too.
Okay, but it's very interesting on what he said though, because he said something. What sticks out for me, everything here is he seems to be a bit late, but his arm strength makes up for it. My only worry with that, if that is the true, and I don't have a reason to doubt Ghost. Ghost has always been someone who I actually enjoy reading his comments. If that's true, that's gonna catch up to him eventually. You can't always depend on your arm.
Which one is this?
You know what I'm saying? So.
What'd you say, Iceman?
Which one? I think.
Oh no,
I think Cat left. Is this a new one, Cat, or is this the same one? Because I've been talking to him.
I think
is this the
that's
one to
him.
Malik? He steps up. Nice little throw. Yeah, this is the one where he fumbled. Incomplete. That's not a bad throw. I mean, the guy was draped all over him.
I love the
If you
turnover.
look closely, the defender's all over him.
Damn.
There's got to be ball placement there. But I get it.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Go ahead, brother. No, I've been talking a lot. Go ahead. Somebody save me.
No, I was just not straight. Real quickly, like this defense is scary, bro. If they causing turnover like this, man, just it reminds me of B Flow days. I swear to you, I'm like, no way.
And that's
well, we should all hope. We should all hope that this coach is the coach on the field. That because Flores was nasty, bro. I mean, that man brought you some business.
I love the old school, you know, and I hope this Jeff Hafley, he's got that. He's got that old school, like no nonsense, no more this. It's like, to be honest, bro, South Beach is awesome to live, and I hated growing up. Everyone used to tell me we're only coming to the Dolphins to retire and get our bag. It's the opposite now. We flipped it and said, no, we're not going to attack in free agency. We're just going to draft. And I was listening to Pete yesterday, and he said it right, bro. The evaluation team has done such a great job. It's incredible to sit there and say, no fucking way, from the fact that you went from spending bags from free agents, etc., into now you're keeping your own and paying these men that actually deserve it and not letting them go to other teams that are freaking amazing that we've seen forever. And then we built around the draft. I love it. I love this draft. I know a lot of people don't love the draft, but I love it.
I'm not gonna say I love. What I'm very impressed with is the way the way that he carries himself. The coach, I mean, the GM. I'm not saying it's worth shit on Sundays. We don't know the X's and O's. I don't know that yet. I can't say anything. Nobody here can say anything about that yet. But what we can talk about is what we've seen. And the man carries himself in a way like the old schoolers, like, hey, either you produce or you're getting the fuck out of here. That's it.
Man up mentality.
I mean,
that's what I want to see.
Man up mentality breeds competition. Competition breeds excellence. Excellence breeds championships. That's the process.
Absolutely. When you give somebody comfort, that hunger to compete, it does diminish a little. And in this game, you can't have anything diminished. Nothing.
I wanted to talk about what you had asked about Malik Willis's game, and if there was anything wrong with it. Now, going back and when I did my original breakdown of Malik Willis, I went through and I watched film on him dating all the way back through high school. And one of the things that I noticed from him going all the way back through high school is he does have a problem with getting the ball from under center sometimes. I think he's had like 7 or 8 fumbles when collecting that ball from under center. That's one of the issues.
You mean the snap?
Yes, when he's under center. And I think there was an issue today where there was mishandling of a ball in the backfield at one point. I think TD was talking about it earlier, but I didn't actually get to see that play and see what happened because I was talking to somebody. It's always the wrong freaking time. But that's an issue that I've noticed that he has had through the years that he needs to work on.
Okay.
But KP, you should be able to get up here now if you go into the Discord and you go over to if you look in the hamburger menu, you'll see the voice channels. It says general chat, and just join in with us.
How tall is Malik Willis?
6'1".
6'1". Okay.
He's the same height as Tua.
I was about to say,
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. He's 6'1". Just say he's 6'1".
Hey, can you guys hear me again? Because I got a call and I don't know how Discord works. I don't know if I'm.
No, I can hear you.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
Discord's very convenient.
One of the things.
Make sure we got 18 y'all in the chat. Make sure y'all smash that like button. If you're new here, definitely hit that subscribe button. We're gonna be down there for every day of training camp. Go ahead, True Fin fan.
For sure. One thing that we got to remember about Malik Willis, and I get the whole his footwork because I'm reading the chat. I get the whole his footwork, whether it's good or bad, whatever it is. Malik Willis is a dual threat quarterback. Malik Willis is not a single threat quarterback. In my opinion, and you guys tell me if you agree or disagree. In my opinion, hold on. In my opinion, I don't need him to be Dan Marino. I need him to complete the passes at a higher than average, an average or higher than average percentile. That's fine. But the fact that he's also a dual threat will make up for the other things. You can't, like, I don't want, I guess in a perfect world, we'd all have a Dan Marino and a Lamar Jackson into one quarterback. And the reality is that's just not, let him be him. Let him be what he's good at, which is I can throw and run. I might not throw like Marino. I might not run like Lamar. I'm close to Lamar. You get me? Like, let him be the dual threat quarterback that he is. And let's not focus so much on just one aspect of what he's not Hall of Fame at. I guess that's my point.
Let me ask you this, True Fin fan. Would you rather have a hybrid Dan Marino / Lamar Jackson, or would you rather have a Patrick Mahomes? Because, I mean, I feel like that'd be two different types of quarterbacks. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you're gonna think about what you just asked me, I'm gonna think about it for about 2 seconds, and I'm honest. I'm gonna go with the Dan Marino hybrid Lamar Jackson. I mean, who's a better runner at the QB than Lamar ever? And who's a better thrower of the ball than Dan Marino? Not the best quarterback. I'm saying who's a best thrower. So you got the best of both worlds. Yeah, I'll go with that over Mahomes. Okay. I'll go with that over Mahomes if I could build it. But I don't think we'll ever see that guy. I think that's almost impossible. I think that is because in order for you to be the best ever in both those things, think about how hard that
I
would
want
be.
y'all to take a look at this.
Think about the
I want y'all
pressure.
to take a look at this rep here. Chop Robinson does definitely he has a bad rep here, especially compared to the rest of the linebackers doing this. I don't know if he like trips or what happens, but you'll see it when it replays.
What am I watching here? Okay.
With the bag?
Yeah, the bag.
Yeah, Chop's the first one on it, so you have to wait till it starts over. But
The video that I saw of Chop Cat on 2 plays, he would have had a sack and he would have had a tackle for loss. He beat the tight end and he beat, I don't know if that was Austin. Was Austin in there today? He beat both of them.
yeah, I know Kenneth. I know.
Damn, is that
I know
Jordan
Kenneth
Phillips?
Grant had a
Yeah.
sack and a tackle for loss also.
Okay.
Yeah, both Grant and Chop were extra disruptive today.
What's up, KP?
What's up, KP?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I got a lot to say about this because I was there as well,
Let's hear it.
and I was really the first time getting my eyes on the team, just trying to get an impression, right? And I was impressed in certain ways, and then there were other things that were concerning as well. As far as my impressions, I was impressed by Chris Johnson. I was impressed by Jacob Rodriguez. Both of those guys' physical profiles exceeded my expectation. So I'm pleased about those guys. I'm also pleased by, again, like what you were just talking about, what I saw from Kenneth Grant and from Chop. Those guys were very disruptive all day long in the defensive side of things. As far as the disappointing side or the concerning side, it was a bit sloppy overall. Fumbles, that one interception, and the penalties. But I guess that's to be expected, given the youth on the team and
right,
the newness of everything. So I'm not too concerned there, but it did happen. Overall, it was a factor.
Can you tell me
and
more
then,
about the interception when you're done, please? I wasn't there, KP, so I'm taking your word for it.
Well, and you know what? I had a debate with Tony about that interception already. Because
one are you
in
talking
my
about?
mind, my first read on that interception, yours to where Johnson picked him off on the
Where
sideline,
Johnson jumped the route.
on the far sideline. And on that play, yes, exactly. Yeah. On that play, what I saw was Ewers going through his read session right to left, right? First read was the guy on the right, wasn't open. Then you had a slot guy who was doing a bit of a seam route in a little bit of a post action, right? And the safety collapsed on that. So his next read is with the third option was that boundary receiver on the left side who was running an out. And so I saw Ewers go through that progression and then just automatically without even looking, it was a natural read progression, throw the ball.
So he just let
Now,
it go as soon as he so basically he just threw it.
Exactly, and that was that was the essence of our debate. Because for me, this was part of Ewers' processing, where it looks like he already has the playbook down. He already knows all his reads. He already knows the routes, and he's just like on automatic, right? Looking very efficient in his processing. Tony pointed out to me though that essentially that is what kind of got Tua into problems over time. Like he would go through his process and it was almost predetermined that he would throw there given the situation, when in reality with Willis, what you're looking at is a guy who's a little bit a half second slower because he's looking at that. Right. And then another thing we talked about was, it's a different scenario, it seems, and I could be wrong, on how Hafley is dialing up defense on Willis, at least today, versus how he dialed up defense against Ewers. I think the focus today was to put Willis under blitz pressure.
I love it. I love it.
And I think you got to factor that into what you're seeing from Willis today versus what you might have seen with Ewers, who was impressive otherwise. Outside that interception, Ewers was outstanding, honestly.
Yeah.
He really was.
In my opinion, he had a better day than Malik Willis.
Outside of that interception, he was He was very impressive. He impressed me as well. He was efficient. He knew what he was doing. There was no hesitation. He looked like he was. I wrote on somewhere that he's giving me Matt Moore vibes with his willingness to take shots deep and then
Can I ask
deliver
you a
those
question?
passes
Okay, I'm
with
sorry. Go
high
ahead.
accuracy.
I
Now
like
go
that.
ahead. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Actually, two parts. Was he playing with the first team against the first team? Was you get me,
So
or was he
it was kind of mixture. It was kind of a mixture. Both Willis and Ewers were playing with the same players. They kind of mixed them up. So it's like you had Malik Washington in there with first string and with second string. I think Dulcich was also in there with first and second string. You also saw Ben Sims in there. So it was a good mixture.
Was he under the same pressure? Was he under the same pressure as Willis was?
I don't think
No,
so
Ewers did
because
not face
all right. So now when it comes to the defense, now
That's important, you know?
Yeah. So now when it comes to the defense, you got the second string defense out there. So it's like you don't have Grant and Chop out there like that. Those guys weren't really getting switched around. like the
Right. That's
same
my
as the
point.
offense.
Right.
So yeah, it does.
Right.
Make
That
a
was
difference.
that's the point of my question, and the reason why I ask is because if I'm correct or wrong, we don't know yet. But I would be willing to guess that the opposing team is going to say they don't have much of wide receiver. Let's bring the pressure. And I think that's also a genius move by Halfley, saying we know what they're going to do because we don't have any supposed studs yet, right? Or that we know of. So let's bring the pressure because they're going to try to stop the run at all
You know
costs.
another reason I love Jeff Halfley
So
so
may-
much, man? I don't know if y'all were listening to his presser this morning, but I remember a lot of people
I
were
did.
hyping up that Taffy interception, right? They were hyping up that Taffy interception. Did y'all hear what Jeff Halfley had to say about that Taffy interception? He was out of place.
He was out of
He was
position.
out of place.
Oh yes, that's right. That he told him, "What the f were you doing? I mean, great job, but you were
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Like the guy made a great play, but he was still disciplined enough as a coach to say, "Great play, but that's not where you were supposed to be.
100%.
So you ran it wrong." Just so you know, it's crazy,
no,
right?
I love that. That's what I want to hear.
McDaniel would have been like, "Oh, that's wow, what a great play." Yeah, no, you weren't supposed to be there. You didn't do your job right. But hey, an interception is an interception, bro.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah, and on
Go ahead.
on that McDaniel's comparison, yeah, I want to talk about like the tone and the temperament of the practice compared to how McDaniel ran practices. With McDaniel, I think one of his mistakes was operating from the point that the team was already set and had earned, leisure and all these extra benefits for certain guys. Whereas with this unit, everyone's on the same level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how in McDaniel's practice, there would be guys practicing dance moves and stuff like that afterwards?
Yeah.
None of that thing in this regime. When you went to McDaniel's practice, they had like the music up loud where it was almost a dominant part of the practice, right? The players warming up were, dancing around, and here the music was much more subdued, and it looked like it was more business.
Yeah,
They were out there,
once the scrimmage started, the music went off. Like,
right? And the assistant coaches were a lot more active in teaching. There was a lot of teaching going on, loud and active compared to, and I may be wrong, but this is just my impression of the difference between the two regimes.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you were here earlier.
I mean, I don't
KP.
see how you could be wrong. To be honest with you, I'm sorry to cut you off. Kat. Go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say I don't know if you were here earlier, but like I took a few pictures of Jeff Halfley walking around to all the different positions and kind of not just paying attention to the players, but you could tell that he's also like paying attention to the coaches as well. I saw him a few times like writing down notes on his little pad and stuff. So yeah, he's out there.
He's not showing up.
He's not what?
Showing up at shoes.
No, definitely not.
I know what you said.
Shoes in the watch. Nah, but one thing that I take from what KP was saying, right? Because he was there, his eyes saw it, right? He was able to see the differences in both, right? you can't tell me that if I was there and I saw this, I would have said the same thing if it happened like KP said, right? Which I believe, by the way. So what you're seeing is a past regime that was, yeah, you're practicing, but you're not truly focused on the job at hand. As to where this guy is all about business. Listen, we're not here to mess around. We'll be friendly, lovey-dovey after, but right now we're here to work. We're gonna work, and I love that about him.
And by the way, I want to give a shout out to all the Dolphin fans that were out there today. It was a packed house. I was so happy to see all them people out there filling the stands.
Okay.
Man, and that's good for the players too, right? Especially going into a season like we're going into right now with so much negativity getting spread our way. It's just such a positive feeling, I'm sure, for these players to run out onto this field and see the support from the fans. It just gives them more of a reason to want to continue working hard to do good for us this year. So I shout out to all of y'all that went out there and endured that heat today to watch them guys practice.
For sure.
And by doing that, also you're also encouraging the fans who weren't able to go out there. You give us fans more
emphasis,
positive looks at our teams. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because right now all of this footage we're watching is courtesy thanks to some fans. Am I wrong?
Catndahat. This is all my footage right here.
Okay, well, thanks to guys like you, we're able to see these footages, and that's I appreciate what you did there, Kat, and what you're doing right now. I think it's really good for the fans like me and that are not there, that are not there to see the things that you saw. This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and
Yeah,
I'll be
I'll
be back up here again tomorrow too, doing it.
All right, what time?
Okay, cool.
Probably a little later tomorrow, probably around 5. Give everybody time to get off work.
I get off at 4:30, so 5 will be in the truck. I'll be able to chime in for sure.
KP, Post 100 down in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, for real. If y'all.
Yeah, it was actually it was actually overcast. So if you were up there at the top, there was a nice little breeze blowing back there. So
yeah.
I've been at much hotter training camps, so
Where were you at, KP? Were you up there with TD?
Yeah, I was in that area. Whenever I go to training camp, the yard line all the way at the top to get like a full view. So that's generally where you'll find me. That's where I was today.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that.
Have y'all talked about the wide receiver group? Because
I mean, not really. We haven't.
I think that group.
Go ahead, KP.
Well, that group is.
I'm interested.
Yeah, that group for me it's the most untested group. It's the most variable group we have. I think position group in terms of not knowing what we have. There's not a lot of pedigree there. Like even Douglas is a 5th round draft pick or a 4th rounder, and then Coleman is a 5th rounder. So my impression of that group is that you have guys who are talented. There's a lot of talent, and that was like Douglas looks like he could eventually become the deal. He's definitely not polished enough to be that guy yet, but his athletic profile stood out compared to the other wide receivers. He was moving effortlessly. He moved really well for a rangy guy. He's not the biggest, but he's got some nice.
This is that.
He's smooth. Is he smooth?
This is that. As y'all continue talking, this is that nice Theo Weiss touchdown from Quinn Ewers. Keep going.
Damn, that was a bomb, dude.
Yep. Oh yeah. Theo Weiss is another guy who may make this squad.
I think Theo Weiss is going to
Kevin Coleman
make it just because of the chemistry between him and Quinn Ewers. I think he's going to notice, like Jeff Hafley's going to notice that and be like, if we do have to resort to Quinn Ewers, I want to have his right-hand man with him,
Was that throw, you guys that were there, am I reading this wrong? Because I'm seeing he's throwing it right around the 40. 40. Was that like a 50-plus yarder?
Yeah. It was a sweet bomb, man. I mean, it wasn't overthrown. It kind of fluttered a little bit, but it dropped right in the basket, and the kid ran right under it. So it was a
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
play.
I could tell by his mechanics. It's not like he threw with everything he had. That's just a fling. I didn't know this kid had that arm.
Yeah, it's not the prettiest pass, but like KP said, it got right where it needed to go, and he was able to get under it and
Right.
walk it into the end zone. I mean, and he was
Damn, that's a
and
nice
you
throw.
see the
Like he
receiver
threw it
too. The
effortlessly.
receiver was wide open too. Like it was a beautifully designed play or a completely busted defense.
Coleman.
Was that Coleman? I thought that was Theo Weiss. 83.
Oh, it may have been Weiss. I don't have it.
Let me look at it.
It was
I'll look it up
83.
again. Let's see.
Yeah, I have 83 written down in my
But
notes.
yeah, but for me,
that's a beautiful throw,
Coleman
man.
also stood on a number of other plays. I mean, I know he had that bad drop, but he looks really good. He looks good outside of that. I think it was a big drop that he had on the right hand side on a seam pass. But so there's some encouraging signs in this group. Is what I'm trying to say. Coming out of this wide receiver room, but there's still I don't see the polish. We definitely don't have like a finished product X type of wide receiver. You got a lot of guys who with the talent who need development though. So
You would say you would say work in progress.
Work in progress for sure on that wide receiver room, for sure.
Okay.
And I think we're going to get more answers on pads, right? Because we really can't get a full assessment of the D line, O line until they're really ready, capable of banging on each other. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Pads are supposed to come on tomorrow. I thought they were coming on today, but I guess not. So they're supposed to come on tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get a padded practice tomorrow. We'll get some more stuff to look at.
You guys see what I'm seeing? You guys see what I'm seeing? So that you see that coaching is a big deal mentally. Look at the sideline. Look at how that team is all together watching intensely. Look at the guys on the sideline paying attention. That's huge, man. Everybody's there, like watching, seeing what's going to happen.
Chop Robinson there.
What'd you say, Joe?
That to be fair, almost all of them are fighting for a job. There's not too many people that are sitting comfortable on this team, which is
right. Great point. Even the ones that have a contract, most of them are what, a 1 year? It's a 41 year players. So there's no security here. There's not much security going around. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Fight for it.
yeah. What's it? Cream rises to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of things that we can see going on in practices that Jeff Hafley has been telling us is going to happen, and before it was just words. And like I did the whole show on this yesterday, like pointed out a bunch of different things that we're seeing nowadays that Jeff Hafley's been telling us about, and this man.
He's keeping his word.
His word, bro. And the team that Sully put together for him too, it's like you could tell that they had a game plan. Like they knew, like Sully knew that he was bringing Hafley with him wherever he went. And you can tell that they had a game plan for wherever they went together. That this is what they were gonna do. Smart players. Like you got to go back if y'all have not checked out Caden Proctor's presser interview from the other day. I highly suggest going and watching it because this dude does not sound like a rookie. The way that he answered all of his questions, it sounds like he's been in the league for 4 years. Seriously. Like, go watch it. Go freaking watch it. Like, he does not seem like he was a freaking rookie. The way that he's answering these questions, and he's kind of like...
That's a good thing.
Himself, or whether he was getting coached, you know what I mean? Maybe he was getting coached while it was happening, and he's kind of just regurgitating what the coach said to him. But either way, it's good, right? Because he's retaining that information. He's learning from his mistakes so that he could get better at his game.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And Chop, for what I'm seeing here, man, that man gets off. Damn, there's speed and power there, bro. That
Yeah,
man
there
just
is. I think
dumped.
Chop. Yeah, Chop has the potential to have a really big year. He's definitely going to have a lot more opportunity to become the man, rushing off the edge. I will say this about Chop though, technique wise. Um, and again, when we get pads, we'll really know. But I saw there were plays where he wasn't called to rush, where the rush wasn't on for him, where he was working on his leverage, his outside leverage, and setting the edge. So I'm eager to see how it translate because that's a big part of him being an every down edge guy, defensive end, not just like a third down specialist rusher.
Right.
So, but when he's asked to rush the passer, I think he's going to do what he's already established in his young career. I mean, as a rookie, remember he was one of the leaders in his rookie class for
Yes, he
generating pressure,
was.
right?
Yes, he was.
It didn't into sacks as much, right? But it's almost more important to just make sure you're disruptive than almost getting a sack, And he is very disruptive on passing plays where he can set him loose. So I'm happy to see his.
Yeah, I see. I'm not as down on him as many were last season because, and I'm not saying that he's going to be Jason Taylor, but I remember watching Jason Taylor come in having a really good freshman year, and he had a horrible second year, and people were already saying he was a bust. And then from year 3 on, he became Jason Taylor. So sometimes it's a learning curve. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay. Year 1, you balled out as a rookie. Now there's film on you. They're gonna switch it up on you, and you gotta adjust. And how you adjust is gonna determine what you become from there on. So I'm eager to see Chop year 3 as well. I'm not as down on Chop as most. I really am not. I think the physical ability is there. It's him being able to retain what he's learned and build on it. I'm really not. So again, with this like I've said many times before, so many people in social media are so blinded and act. The way they carry themselves is if this was only one draft class, this is only one season, and this is a make or break season. Now there's no other season coming, and this is what we are, and that's just not reality. We've got to accept the reality, which is we are in the first year of the rebuild. And I know this is a broken record, but I don't care. I'm going to keep saying it. It's the first year of the rebuild. It's okay for you to not have a good record. What's not okay is for you not to see any progression or evolution as a team. And that's what I'm excited for this
100%.
year. Watching Halfley, watching how his team, watching Halfley. You've heard me say this plenty, KP. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it's what I'm most excited to see.
No, and that's really what this year is about. Like, and that's why we have 40+ 1-year deals and everything going on, is because it's literally an evaluation year. And if we end up winning in an evaluation year, great, we're way ahead of fucking schedule, right? But like to have the expectations of going and saying like for sure we're going to the playoffs, like it's really hard to sit here and be like, yeah, even if all of these guys come out here and are on the same page and are doing great, like we got a really tough schedule. Like there's a whole lot of variables that go into factoring
It's
it.
a lot.
You know what I
It's
mean?
a lot.
So it's like to sit here and
Yeah.
say before seeing a single snap, like yes, we're going 12-5. Like yeah, I would be completely idiotic. Can I make an argument and why we can go 12-5? I sure fucking can. But it would be a hypothetical. It would be a what if situation, you know. All this year is about is evaluating all these players, and that's why we don't need to rush Chris Bell back. I hear people out there saying, "Oh, he's going to be ready by week 1. We're going to have him week 1." Honestly, even if he is ready by week 1, the type of guy Jeff Halfley comes off to me as, I don't think he's going to play him week 1. We have other wide receivers that we need to try out first. We need this guy to be 100% healthy.
Doesn't
right?
need to.
We don't need him. We don't
Doesn't
need
need.
him.
Yeah, doesn't need to. Doesn't need to. I think if I might be wrong, but if I was a betting man, which I am, I would feel pretty confident on betting that Jeff Halfley sees it the way that I just said it. We know this is not the year. This is a different year. This is a year of foundation. This is a year of finding out how strong the foundation is. This is a year of finding out whether the foundation is worth building upon or not. These are the questions that we have coming up in 2026. Has nothing to do with record. But again, we
If we had to
say again,
if we had to blindly right now, if we had to blindly put a number of how like a percentage number of how many of these guys are going to be re-signed next year, what would your number be?
You mean the whole team or the draft class? Just the whole team?
41 one-year deals that we're going to be evaluating. We're evaluating them whether we're going to be re-signing them or letting them go, right? So what would be your percentage of those guys that are going to make it back onto the team next year? If you had to put a number on it now.
If I had to do it now blindly and I'm not confident in it, I would say 40%.
Okay.
I would say 40%, 30% blindly. And the reason why I say blindly is I don't know how these cats are going to be producing on the field this season. It could be 60%. It could be 20%. It could be 10%. That's the beauty of the option that they have when you have all of these players on 1-year contract where you could assess and say, let's keep him. No, I think we could get better, especially knowing that you're going to have much more money to play with and another draft. You get me? So blindly, I would say 40%.
Okay.
But I could be dead wrong.
That sounds about reasonable.
Yeah, I think this is a reset. I think this is a reset year, and you could probably expect 50 to 63% of this roster to be there. And next year, you begin to focus on raising the ceiling on the overall talent level.
Exactly.
You begin to draft them young, but elite talent guys who plug in at those skill positions. So, yeah, man, it's a refreshing moment for the Dolphins. Now, that doesn't guarantee we're going to be successful. I'm still not going to, guarantee success on Halfley and these guys, no matter how much Pete hates me and calls that negative. You know what I'm saying? But
I've been trying to keep quiet about.
Man, yeah, me too, KP. I've had a mute on that. I'm like, bro, I'm not, because yesterday was not only crazy, but it was funny as hell, man. I couldn't take it serious. I just couldn't, bro. It was so crazy. And then I woke up at 2:00 in the morning and dude is back on. He was on it yesterday. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Takes. Shout out.
Shout out to Pete, my brother.
Yeah, that's for real. He takes.
Yeah, I think
Keep doing what you're doing,
I think
Pete.
him and Big C just started beef with each other. So
that drove him crazy yesterday.
Well, actually, that's
the basis of it. It's the Big C issue that he had yesterday, and it drove him nuts.
And to be fair, ladies and gentlemen, for all y'all that may not know, Big C is actually the one that started it. Big C originally was the one talking about Pete on his channel originally. I sent it to Pete, and then Pete retaliated, and then that's just been going back and forth ever since then. So I'm sorry.
When was this? When was this? Because I couldn't even have a conversation with Pete yesterday. He was so hot. But what is it? Oh, it was a week ago.
Yeah, we've been building over the last couple of weeks because remember.
I think you know right now.
Now it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because Pete has been, now it makes sense to me. I guess he had enough of it because Pete was totally off of character. The last couple shows, I noticed that he was edgy. And I was like, yo, that's not the Pete that I know. You know what I'm saying? He's usually calm, relaxed, lets everybody do their thing. But he was, so I get it now. It's much more than just one comment from yesterday.
Get it worked out, though. I don't like seeing us Fin fam divided like that. We all should
me neither.
Be having
me
the
neither.
same goal.
And I don't like being put in the middle of it because I was put in the middle of it, and I don't like that because I like Pete, and Big C is one of the new ones on the block. I support all the podcasts. I do. I go around and I support all of them. But to be falsely accused of certain things, it is what it is. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I'm going to still continue what I'm going to do. I'm going to support all the podcasts.
100%. I didn't like it neither, Mr. Park, by the way. I even though I didn't say anything, and you know very well, I'm really quick for that. But I felt like yesterday it was so out of his norm that I was like, Nah, but yeah, not towards me. I'm talking towards me. That doesn't bother me at all. What he was saying or what he said, because I didn't listen to all of it. But yeah, I didn't like certain things that he said about you. But like I said, you're grown men, and sometimes people, because they're emotional, they'll say things that later on they'll realize, damn, you know what? I was a little bit off. My bad. It was a bad day, and we move on. I don't know if he'll be man enough to do it. I think he is, but at the end of the day, everybody has the right to be their own, but I didn't like it much neither. You're not for nothing, out of pure respect. You're an older gentleman. I'm not calling you old, because I heard you say the other day 61. You're not an old man yet. But I think that I think what bothered me most about the whole yesterday situation when it came to you, that I was like, damn, you're attacking your most loyalists. Like every show you come on, we're here, and you're attacking Joe, me. And I don't know if you guys were more upset than I was, but I was like, damn, that's not I wouldn't do that to my loyals, even if we disagree. Just because I'm feeling some kind of way because of somebody else, I'm not gonna attack the people that come and support me consistently year in, year out. So that's the only issue that I had with it. But
I
again,
had to grab this picture
he
here.
does him, and I'm gonna continue to go on his show. I'm gonna continue to support him, and I still rock with the dude, and I
had
love
to
the
grab
dude.
this picture here because this is another sign of Jordan Brooks just being a leader, man, and like doing his thing, helping out the staff, right? Like he doesn't have to put these trash cans out and put them up for drills, but you can see here he grabbed that stack of cans
Leadership.
and pulled them over there and started putting them out. I didn't get the video, I just grabbed the picture, but that's basically what he did. He picked them up. He's like, all right, time to do this drill. I'm gonna get it ready and shit. Just types of leadership. He had a nice big hit today too. I didn't get it on camera, but I saw him. He did have a nice big hit today. Looked like it was hitting with some power.
Is this
Yeah,
Brooks
that was
right here?
Brooks.
I can't see the full
Yeah,
number.
that
Is
was
that Brooks? That's another animal. That guy plays. If it's one thing, you watch Jordan Brooks play and you say that's a football man. That's the kind of man I want on my team.
He's overrated.
You think so, Jordan Brooks?
I mean, if we want to be fair about the position, right? Like he basically got the contract off of 120 tackles, right? It was 120 tackles, or he led the league in tackles. How many tackles was it?
Like 149.
149.
And 99 solo. And 99 solo.
If you go through and you really break down like great linebacker totals, like they're in the 180 tackle range. Like they have 100 plus solo tackles.
Okay,
You know what I mean? They have interceptions. They have forced fumbles. Things like that.
But remember, last year we're gonna talk like last year was just a 1-year thing. He's been producing. The year before last, he was top 3. He was top 3. Last year he was first. So let's not act like he was like he got the contract like Tua did off of 1 year, because I don't think that's
he doesn't deserve it, because I like how he is as a leader, right? I like what he brings to the team. Like that's why I feel like they paid him. I don't feel like they paid him because of the 140 tackles, like leading the league in tackles. I just hate that people say that and use that as such a foundation as why he's so good, when really that's kind of just average for the linebacker position. You know what I mean? Like he led the league in tackles with under 150 tackles. That just means like the rest of the linebackers weren't
But
that
Kat,
great.
can you really say that? Like I hear you, and you're making great points. It's not that I'm gonna knock you for it, but can we really say it's average when he was the best to do it, no matter what the numbers were? I mean, who else was outproducing him? I guess is more of my question. I hear what you're saying, but
is that a testament to the lack of production from the rest of the linebackers?
KP trying to say
Go ahead, KP.
Go ahead, Kate.
Yeah, also, have you guys recognize he's a different guy coming into the season as well? I'm talking about his physical composition. If you noticed, his body has morphed into a different look, which is I'm interested to see how it's going to work out. He's less. The muscle mass is apportioned differently. When he got here, he was a little bit heavier. He had more.
He seemed leaner to me.
inside linebacker, shoulder wise and everything. And it looks like he's made I'm assuming he's made these changes to be a little bit faster and quicker. Right now, his game is a vertically aligned linebacker who attacks the gaps and then often breaks through and makes tackles. Right, he's not as much of a rangy. I mean, he's got good athleticism and he can range, but he likes to attack the line, right? Which is a throwback to what Zach used to do and other great middle linebackers for our team. But Brooks's body composition gives me a signal that he's trying to do something different with his game this year, and I'm looking to see if that is going to manifest. I think he's going more for more agility and more speed.
More speed.
I'll keep an eye. I'll keep an eye on that tomorrow
So
and the next couple days.
right. So yeah, exactly. It's something to just look out for. I could be wrong about that, but that's my impression of just looking at him.
But yeah.
Yo, KP, you there?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yo, are you going to training camp or no?
Yeah, I was there today. I'm thinking I may be able to go tomorrow. It's a little bit rough. Next week is my last week in South Florida, and then I got to get back to work full time after that. So,
okay.
schedule is a little bit jammed, but I'm going to try to squeeze in at least one more practice. So we'll see.
All right. Yeah, I was trying to see if we. Okay, never mind, bro. Yeah, you already know. It's been a minute. I haven't seen you, bro. So just wanted to see, because I'm going out too. So, yeah, dog.
Do y'all got anything else? Do y'all got anything else y'all want to say? I'm gonna have to get off of here shortly. I've had a long day. I'm gonna be out there tomorrow. We'll be back live.
No, man,
we'll
I'm
be
good.
Back live again tomorrow afternoon with some more film from tomorrow's camp, some more notes, some more takeaways, some more good, bad, ugly, all of that. And if you guys are looking for some hope and some reason to want to buy in on Jeff Hafley, definitely go check out my stream from yesterday, the one labeled "We Don't Need Big Names. There's only one name that matters." Go check that out. I point out a lot of things that show Jeff Hafley not just talking the talk, but implementing it and walking the walk. Like I point out a lot of instances where you could see him putting his talk into action. So definitely go check that out if y'all need.
What time is it
tomorrow?
What time is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm hoping maybe around 5 o'clock. I got to figure out what my wife's schedule is and everything. So somewhere between 3 and 6, I plan to go live for a couple hours and do the same thing we did today.
All right, man. Just be
and we
easy,
might
bro.
actually be
one,
live.
You know what I'm saying?
We might actually be live at camp tomorrow. If my buddy comes with me, we'll go live at camp as well. So be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
But y'all got anything you want to say before we dip out?
I just, if I'm gonna, I'll give my last little take here. Again, I don't know whoever's listening, whoever runs into the show after. If as Dolphin fans, don't fall for any craziness. Be real. Understand that we just tore something up, and we're starting from the bottom up. It's okay to have growing pains. This is good. The future is bright for the Miami Dolphins. I truly believe so. I don't know what it will be, but we're only going to get better. So just stay in there, hang in there, and be strong, man, because we're Dolphins. We ain't got nothing else to do.
Fins up.
Yeah, my last words will be, I feel like a kid on Christmas Eve, looking at a Christmas tree with a bunch of gifts.
Hell yeah.
I don't know who they're underneath the tree. Now, I say, if you can relate, you can remember that kind of excitement, right? But you could also remember that sometimes when you unwrap those gifts, it
wasn't what you were waiting for.
Can I point
Ramon,
something out to you guys?
A pair of underwear.
You see this coach? You see this coach leaning on that machine right there? I took that picture first, and then 30 seconds later, Here's Jeff Halfley.
Uh-oh.
Sorry to cut you off,
Uh-oh.
KP. I was just going through the pictures and I saw that and I'm like, oh, I remember that was a coaching moment. All right. Sorry to cut you off, man.
Oh, good, man. It's your show. But anyway, so I would just use that example though, just as a cautionary measure. Like everybody here, I'm excited. It is a refreshing look, and it is important to note the differences to what came before. But I just want to remind people, there's still a lot of unanswered questions and unknowns, and this thing still has to play itself out. So, but I'm excited. So I'll leave it at that.
Same.
Excited.
Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate all y'all coming up here, man. Y'all have a good day. Y'all have a blessed day.
All right, y'all.
Make
I'll catch you
somebody
tomorrow.
smile today, and
All right.
I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out. Fins up.
All right.
All right. Peace out. Peace out.